COVID has made me much more smarter. I have so much of vocabulary now, right? I know so many words like, mRNA, RT-PCR, immunity booster, apple cider vinegar, quarantine. But guys, I have to tell you, my greatest learning, thanks to COVID-19, I now know who Sonu Sood is. Yeah. This guy became famous because of the pandemic. Yes. Right? Luckily, a friend told me, dude, he's a very famous actor. I'm thankful for I have that friend, right? Because if some office quiz or someone asked, like, who is Sonu Sood? I would have hit the buzzer and said, oxygen supplier. This guy, man, usually celebrities become famous and represent a charity. This is the first time in the history of India, charity is representing a celebrity. So very, very strange times COVID was, right? I got married. It was very, that was a good part. Right? That's a good part, okay. But then the thing is, I got married, moved out of home, right? And furnished the entire place, right? Bought a bag of groceries, checked my bank balance immediately after this. It was so low, I want to tell it to you so that you feel the level of fear I had. As a newly married guy, it was 550 rupees in one bank account. And you may be thinking, other account, he'll have some savings, some fixed deposits. No, that is where I transferred this money to. In such a horrible condition, I opened Instagram. And this was the motivational quote for that day. If you're in your 30s and you're broke, blame yourself. What kind of motivation this is? Right? Who is giving this motivation? It's a guy called Jack Ma. Do you know who Jack Ma is? I did not know. I recently found out Sonu Sood. I am very slow to all this. I had to Google him. He's a Chinese billionaire. You think any billionaire should be giving me life advice? Right? And he's stuck in China. So I had to make a joke, right? I have to make a joke. He made me feel bad. I'll make a joke now, right? And I had to Google him. Who is this Jack Ma? And at that time I saw some news. At that time his company was not allowed to go public because of the Chinese government and its strict, nature, right? And I made a joke, and I wrote in my Instagram, if you're a rich man, still stuck in China, you blame yourself. Very strange, this entire thing of social media is, people put up photos when they're happy on social media, right? Every time there's great, and we see it when we're sad, right? It's like the topper's mother who's come to your house just when you're failed. How much failed, huh? That's the entire thing of social media, right? Now, I'm just going to tell you guys one story in this entire set, okay? Now, the thing is, if you're married, right, there's a lot of pressure to be a newly married person because you have to go on a honeymoon. And now there's too much of pressure to go to a very exotic location. It has to be a super exotic location. Forget, married people. All of us over here, we all have to travel. Not because we like traveling, because that's the only way to be happy now. And you know who I blame for this? These highly paid show-offs called travel bloggers. These people, I don't understand. This one photo I saw of this travel blogger. She was in an airport lounge, right, with a suit in the suitcase. And this was the caption, right? Good things happen to those who book flights. You know who I blame for all this arrogance, right? Hijackers not hijacking enough. You guys need to come back. If you're a hijacker watching this video, please come back. Right? Please, ma'am, we need a few. You need to make some sacrifices. Right? Good things happen to those who book flights. Wait for the plane to crash. Then we'll speak. They give this life advice to people, right? Like they give this life advice. Travel is the only thing that you spend on which leaves you richer. I'm like, initial money, how to get? How to get the initial money? Please tell me. I had a podcast for a long time, right, which I still do. Initially, when I started the podcast, right, it's like a radio interview without radio, right? It's a podcast. And I used to talk to people and I used to ask them, right? Like, so how are you an entrepreneur? How are you an actor? Aren't you worried about money? Aren't you worried about, savings and rent? They'll be like, life is short. Follow your passion. If you have a fire inside, let that fire burn. And I was like, oh, dad has money. That nobody tells you. All of the Instagram showing off his dad's money. I have experience, right? And that's the thing, man. Like, no one tells you how to get money. And the problem with traveling is certain locations are very exotic, right? Certain countries are truly very exotic countries. Some other countries, people don't believe it's a country, right? Like this one travel blogger, I remember what she said. She said, if she was in Europe, okay? She was in like some really beautiful country. And she said, if you guys can't afford traveling to Europe, start small by going to Bhutan. You know what is the saddest thing? 1 week ago, I had booked tickets to go there. And Bhutan, right? No one believes it's a country over here. I know all of you are like, dude, Sikkim third right. Bhutan is a place where I got no respect before, while I was at Bhutan and after coming back. Before Bhutan, no one believed it's a country. When I went to Bhutan, I realized people in Bhutan don't believe it's a country. Because I'm traveling internationally, I got a passport made. And at the border, I showed them, it's my passport. Sir, Indians, come and go when you want. I asked them, are you guys a country or an amusement park? And behind me, there was a guy in this line, right, entering Bhutan, who asked me the most innocent question. You know what he asked me? Aadhaar card bhi chalega kya? Aadhaar card, guys, right? I am told everyone I'm traveling internationally. He's come like it's a gas connection. On vacation there for 10 days. I came back home, I was staying with my parents at this time. My dad, after 10 days of not seeing him, he opened the door and he asked me, so tell me, how was Assam? Assam, guys. If I died while I was on vacation, he'll never get my body. Mental place. So this is all this pressure. First thing, going on honeymoon, you have to go to an exotic place, right? And any married couples over here? Anyone's married over here? No, you guys are married. Okay. Ma'am, arrange. Yeah. He's telling the husband also. Yeah, you're married to me. Ma'am, arranged marriage. You guys don't arrange marriage? Now 5 minutes of arranged marriage jokes I have. Please don't take it personally. It is about the people outside. You guys are amazing. Please. Now, when you're a married couple, right, you hang out with like a lot of other married couples, invite you, right? And they'll be like, you have to go for a honeymoon, right? You have to go on a honeymoon fast. Go for a honeymoon fast. Because that new feeling will go away. I was like, see, this is a love marriage. New feeling has gone 10 years ago. I met her when I was a classmate, right? Then we became friends. Then we became girlfriend and boyfriend. New feeling is gone a long time ago. This new feeling is there for arranged marriage couples, right? Initially they'll be like, there is nobody like my partner. All the other guys and girls are different, but my partner is different. After 2 months, they'll be like, fraud. That's what it is. This new feeling will go away, right? Sometimes I meet my friends who got arranged marriages, right? And my friends are amazing because I know my friend, the guy, for like 12 years. But I'll see his newly married wife, right? My friend got an arranged marriage, saw his wife. And the first time I saw them together, I became a little bit anxious. It's like, oh my God, this girl, poor girl, thinks my friend is a nice guy. And she told that to us in like dinner. She said like, Rakesh is a nice guy. I said, sure. My friend, man, it's crazy because he's also in that fear. It's like, oh my God, one day she'll find out. But my friend, his same friend, did this superb thing where he did a pre-wedding photo shoot. Save the date. The photo was so intimate. These photos are too intimate. The photo was so intimate, I could hear some moaning. It was too intimate. And he put this caption, I finally found my soul mate in an arranged marriage. Soul mate. He might have fooled one girl. But what about us friends who know him for 12 years? Soulmate. Hey, 1 year ago you broke up with a soulmate. This is a replacement. And arranged marriage, listen, let's be honest, okay? Cannot be soulmate. Okay? Can be life partner, all of that. But not soulmate. Same community, same sub-community, same religion, same language, same income level. Right? This is not soulmate. Call them what they are. Caste mate, yeah. That's what it is. And arranged marriage is quite hard. I think arranged marriage is definitely harder than love marriage because the girl's father can look at you and ask you the most intimidating questions. He can say, what is your salary? And you can't say, like, can't disclose due to HR policy. Will not work out. Right? My friend was superb. He lied, he added 2 lakhs extra, right? And the girl's father was even smarter. Go back home and submit 3 years IT returns. That's what it is. So all these people saying, like, you have to get married fast and get honeymoon, get it done really fast, right? Before this new feeling goes away. So all this pressure. But now we're at the state, right? Because we're just setting up a home. I told my wife, listen, we will work very hard, right? And I'll take you out to a beautiful place, right? Just give me a year. This 1 year, I did every single show that came, right? Including, this is a true story, Kindergarten Parents' Day. I was at that level. That was not the worst show. The worst show was one show I did for I think it was a 40th birthday party, right? These super rich people, guys. They had staff working in the home. Not like, we have like helpers. No. They had staff who had uniforms, right? And the thing is, right, they treated me like I was equipment. This is a true dialogue the host said to me. The people are coming in here. You can't be here. You have to wait outside. Right? And I was like, just go outside. I was standing there. I was feeling so bad. It's like, I started doing comedy to make these people happy. What happened, right? And then I was like, I can make a joke even over here and turn the situation around. So I came, started the show. Like, we have a surprise for you. These people like, who is he? Right? Came and started doing the show. And I had jokes about being broke. Obviously, they will not relate to me. Right? Then I had to make fun of them, man. That's the only way I had to make fun of them, right? I said, see guys, I am here because you can't afford Veerdas. Did all these shows, right? Somehow got money, and then towards the end I was like, you know what? We have the money. And looked up tickets to go to London, right? And we're like, we're able to afford these tickets, right? So we're going to apply for the visa, and if the visa comes through, we're going to book these tickets. Applied for the visa, got the visa, booked tickets, booked non-refundable tickets, right? So, right? And that's the cheapest tickets, as you know, right? Travel bloggers don't tell you this. Right? So non-refundable tickets. Booked it and I said, now whatever happens, we will go. Even if I have COVID, I will go. Book the tickets, right? Now see, I'm the kind of person who's very absent-minded. I have made mistakes at every single point in my life, and I've made mistakes, right? So the thing is, like, to give an context about how absent-minded and how many mistakes I've made, after getting married, I lost my wallet, okay? Like two weeks afterwards, right? I lost my wallet and I had to file a police complaint because my Aadhaar card was inside. And without Aadhaar card, how to go to Bhutan second time? So wrote a police complaint, right? And the police, like a true professional, said, sir, amount. I was like, sir, wallet I've lost, sir. I ended up paying a Google Pay fine, right? My wife said, you have lost wallet and money. Superb you are. New feeling went away long time. Right? So anyway, right? I was the saddest part of the story is 2 weeks after I had filed this police complaint, I found my wallet behind my sofa. And my wife said the most innocent thing. She said, go tell the police. What if they're still searching for your wallet? That is what the Indian police force is searching for, my wallet. Not Arushi Talwar's killers. My wallet. So now when I'm booking tickets, I'm reading every single, timing, what is the airport and all of that, right? And there's all this fine print, right? I'm like, fine print, what will it be? Don't carry lighter, I don't smoke, right? Don't carry guns, right? Come on, right? Okay, so I booked the tickets, said now we're going to go. So now it's time to take off the next day, right? One day before, my wife says, I need to go to the parlor, right? I want to go to the pictures. I go to the parlor, call up the airline and just check if there's any COVID restriction. Okay, so I said, that's no problem, you get good. Call up the airline and I asked them, I'm just traveling tomorrow, I'm going to London, right? I just want to know if any travel restrictions are there. They're like, sir, do you have both your vaccinations? I said, thanks to Sonu Sood, yes. So as long as you have your vaccination certificates, your visa, your passport, and since you're transiting through Germany, you need a transit visa as well. As long as you have this, it's okay. I was like, I have a UK visa. What about this transit visa? They're like, sir, because you're transiting, you need a visa, right? And what happens if you don't? Then I'm afraid, sir, we can't allow you to travel. I said, what about the refund? Did you book non-refundable, sir? He said, no one told me about this. He said, what can I do? And by the way, while I'm having this conversation, I realized my wife is still in the parlor. So I call her up, right? Because I'm very dependent. I call her up and I said, babe, are you busy? He said, I'm getting my eyebrows done, I'll call you later. He said, no, we may not go tomorrow. I said, what? He said, they're asking for a transit visa. I said, just wait, I'm coming there, we'll go to the airport and we'll talk to those people, right? She came so fast, guys. She has come with one eyebrow. So we rush to the airport, right? Go to the airport and we talk to them, sir, we did not know about this. We did not know a transit visa. No one had informed us. They said, sir, I'm so sorry. Make My Trip should have informed you about this requirement, but they didn't, right? It was probably there in the fine print or whatever, right? So we clearly, we can't let you travel, right? I said, what about the money? Sir, there's no way we can return the money because of this. It's not in our control. So that's the thing, right? We saved up all that point for that one trip which is so hyped up in our head, right? And at that peak moment when you're about one day before, everything just did not work out, right? And this was crazy. We're going back in the cab, my wife is crying, right? And she's like, this is the first time I was going on an international trip. I don't know what to say, man. I was just listening. And I was like, at some point I have to make a joke to make it easy, right? This is the first international trip. I was like, at least I went to Bhutan. Luckily, she laughed at that joke. But we were so depressed. I'll tell you how depressed we were, right? We went to watch RRR that day, right? And RRR is a movie designed to make every human being in India happy. Everything is there. There's a tribal issue. There's the British people treating Indians like really badly, right? There's Junior NTR, Ram Charan, Ajay Devgan, Alia Bhatt. Dude, put little more effort, get Narendra Modi, Virat Kohli. You get everybody. Everyone you get. Even that movie couldn't make us happy. And 3 hours, like, oh, in 3 hours you might have reached also. Amazing movie couldn't make us happy, right? Because we're so depressed and got to their own problems, right? So we did not know what to do. We're just really depressed. And my wife says, you know what, after a few days, let's somehow make this trip happen. Whatever it is, we put in all our remaining savings and make it happen. I was like, no, we worked too hard for these savings. This is emergency savings, right? And it's important in case something happens. Like, no, let's somehow do it. I made up my mind. You think about it, right? I was thinking about it and I opened social media because I was just lost in thought, right? And this was the motivational quote for that day. Time is limited. Money is unlimited. I was like, let's book and go.